Good morning, welcome back to a new video. In this video we are gonna talk about the questions you guys asked us in the comments and answer some of the most asked questions and other questions that Despina has written down. So yeah, Despina knows the questions, she's gonna ask and I'm gonna answer.
I mean, we both gonna answer the questions, but we were supposed to do this Q&A directly after my mom's Q&A, but then we got carried away with some work, and now we have been kind of relaxing because January is more or less our relaxing month. I mean, we still do work, and we still do projects, but the weather has been quite awful, as you will see in the next videos, so we decided to do a Q&A.
So,
before it gets too late and we forget about it. And yeah, we're gonna get started with the most asked questions that I remember. Don't need to look.
You know?
And well, the most asked questions that a lot of people have been asking over the year and like most of our videos underneath below is, first, if we gonna have children. I know it's all with good intentions asking those questions. Literally you want us to have children because they enjoy our content, and a lot of people said since we are so kind to the animals we would be very good parents. We do want children. Yeah, so the main goal is
we are kind of budgeting around, like saving up the money to do the upstairs. So the upstairs has to be done before we have kids. So once the upstairs is done, as fast as it's done, gonna have kids. So yeah, we need the house to get a bit bigger, and also the heating. Of course, those things will get sorted anyways. Heating and upstairs, pretty much. We need to finish those things. Once upstairs is finished, we're gonna restore the bottom again to fully finish it. And but the biggest thing is change the roof and renovate upstairs and then can have kids.
We just want to be ready, like have the house ready so we can have kids and have like a new chapter started, not like to have the children now and then, you know, we have to do all the work. Of course, if something unexpected happens, because unexpected things can happen, we are not gonna be like, you know, mad about it. Of course, we're gonna be grateful and everything. We're gonna make it work. So I hope that answers the question. And we don't mind you guys asking it in the comments down below. I understand maybe some people have problems with that, but for us, it's okay. And we do want kids, but when the time comes. Yeah,
it's a lot more complicated than that. So, but not a problem. It's a very curious question to ask, of course, and
it's very personal. That's why I understand that some people are like, don't ask so personal questions. For us, it doesn't bother us for now, at least, so it's okay. And second most asked question as well over the year has been if we're married, if we're gonna get married, if we're gonna film it, and that is also another personal question that I also understand some people getting mad over, and some other channels maybe, but
we're gonna answer that in the future. So
we would film it. Some part of it, we're not gonna just, you know, vlog it around, but you will probably see some part of it.
There's a lot more priorities before that. That's kind of more like let's just have like kind of a fun day, kind of, you know, day just for us. And before that we need to clean up our whole yard, our house needs to be finished, and a lot more things need to be done before we can spend money on big wedding parties. So
and we are good together, we love each other. I don't think a wedding would really change anything.
No. It's not necessary, but it's gonna happen. It's just it's okay. Next question.
And the last question that is really often asked over the time is if we have a wish list on Amazon and if we're planning on making one.
Very heavily asked question about the wish list. The easiest answer is that Amazon does not work very well in Latvia. The shippings that we get are, you know, international shippings from either Germany, UK, sometimes even US. But Amazon is just not located here. There's no such European Amazon, so it does not really ship very well here. We have our local stores which provide everything that Amazon does, it's just locally and with one-day shipping.
Sometimes cheaper.
And sometimes a lot cheaper as well. So in theory, Amazon wishlist is not possible. And the other thing about the wishlist is that there's not these things that we wish for really that we can put on Amazon. The things that I wish for are a lot higher prices, you know, tractors, excavators, and all. The list is long. They're not cheap things, so I would not be able to put that pressure on someone like, you know, buy me this thing. No, that's not possible. So I'm gonna get there myself by saving it or somehow trading it up from my other junk. But our wish list, you know, it's hard to make a wish list. It goes by project. So every project, right now I don't have anything I wish for because I don't need it. But when I need it, you know, it's on my wish list.
When we start a project, that's when we realize, oh, we're missing this and that. And at this moment is when we kind of wish for it. So we cannot really sit down now and write a wish list for like reasonable prices things, like for small tools and that stuff like that.
I have worked with so many amazing tools and I would like to have them in my workshop, but they are very expensive tools, or some of them are just unnecessary. Just a tool you're gonna use once and then kind of not use many times at all. So that's kind of like, it's a wish, but it's not necessary. So yeah, for us, we're putting the money where the project goes and where it needs to be going. But yeah.
And a lot of you have been also donating in specific videos that you see in specific projects. So thank you so much for all the donations. Those help us. And you see in some videos like we have a struggle with 1 or 2 things and you donate us the money and it helps us
course
achieve those things. So
you guys have been very, very kind, even supportive in the comments and watching and sharing and everything. But yeah, it's amazing. Patreons have been supporting us pretty much every month. Getting through these high electric prices has been hard. Members and Patreons both. So it's been a ride, but you guys have supported us all the way through.
Yeah. So I think we're gonna continue now with the questions that I don't remember on top of my head that's been asked in the photo that we had. So, what is your biggest goals for the property this year?
Biggest goal for me for the whole property is to clean it up. Yeah. There's a huge mess of the rubble pile there. That was the old chicken house. That all needs to be cleared up. Another big goal would be drainages. That's a big thing. And then road, kind of the road needs to be sorted out. Road is not bad, but it could be better. Pathways need to be sorted. That's like outside talking. Our entrance house needs to be built. Our chicken house, that's nearly finished, so that's not that hard. Goat house needs to be finished as well. It's not like it bothers, it's more like aesthetics. Big barn, I don't know if we're gonna do much to it, but probably seal it a bit more. Some concrete pads. Yeah, the house is gonna be focused next year quite a lot. This year, sorry, yeah. And the gardens, we have to change the garden to a different place, which we haven't plowed yet because of the tractor. I want to get both tractors going. I want to get the tricycle going, and I'm getting a headache. I might also want to build a mini tractor, but that's like now a winter project. I don't want to buy a mini tractor because I don't see so much uses for it because I have the big tractors, but I want one. So I'm just gonna build one from scratch. I watched like 100 tutorials, not tutorials, but more like other people building things. And I'm really like, I want to get started and build something, so, but it's just like getting it and doing it is a different thing. But yeah, no, there's so many goals. Upstairs would be a goal, but that's all depending on money, because that is not a cheap project. And once you start the upstairs, you start ripping the roof off, you gotta keep going. You cannot stop. So you have to have the money sitting and be ready to do the whole thing. You don't need to renovate it upstairs, you just need to seal the roof and the beams and everything that needs to be replaced and done. So, I mean, we have been saving up for that, but of course with the prices, the increase now, it's been really hard to save up. And also the project, such as the engine for the tractor that we bought, that really cut off of savings. Excavating was a really big expense. So what I want to say is, I don't want to set specific plans for this year for the property. Because last year we did set some plans, but they all just mixed up with other opportunities and other things that we did, things that we were not meant to do that year. No, excavator, for example, that was a completely random thing. That's what I mean. So I don't really want to set some plans. We're just gonna go with the flow, and as we go, we go. But yeah, we could keep going about the plans of the house. But I don't know how much we're gonna do from it. We do wanna make the video as kind of reacting on the last year's video where we said, same time of the year, the plans that we wanna make. Yeah. So let us know if you wanna see that video as kind of reacting and see actually how many things we did. So we're gonna have like the old video and going back and forth, see what we did, kind of like a recap. Let us know if you wanna see that. But yeah, I think we could talk forever about our plans. So yeah, let's move on to the next question. Next question, what is your plans with the secret garden? So if you don't know, we have the behind of our house where our chickens are currently. We have made it as a secret garden, we want to call it, because it is kind of like a bit of a forest area and we kind of want to close it up fully. So plans for that. As you saw, we cut the branches. Those were in the secret garden. Really increases the look because those dead branches didn't look the nicest. And I mean, they would never really fall. It's not a hazard. And a softer tree, you could have them fall. That one, that was hanging, that was a hazard. But on the oak tree, for example, you could cut it halfway and it still wasn't falling. You really have to cut it small amount left and then it cracks because it's just really hard wood and it's not rotten, it's just dry. Okay, that is done, and chicken house is built, so we need a cupola for the chicken house. Yeah, we need their outdoor area. We want to make a cupola. We have explained it, like an outdoor area so they can go, because now I'm looking in it like outside all the time because it is kind of like a desperate time where foxes, and everything, so we want to have them many wild animals that can take them away, so we don't want to leave, and eagles as well. I mean, eagles not that active now, but definitely like hawks is the biggest problem. It's like all over the place. But the plan is I want to plant more flowers once the chicken house is done and we see in spring
spring, how everything is
No, it
growing.
needs to be planted before everything grows. So spring, early spring.
Yeah, early spring. I just wanna, like, once the house is done, so we have like everything, so we wanna put some nice flowers next to the house.
More rose bushes.
More rose bushes, because those grow very nice. We do wanna have some idea about vine growing plants. That
We have
wanna
this
put.
one that is really nice. I don't know
Yeah.
what it's called, but it's a very invasive plant in a way. It's like someplace overtakes the whole like city nearly. But it's really beautiful. The one
Yeah.
that's growing next to our house.
It's growing on the house. We do
On the
wanna
house
take
is no
away.
good because it damages the not the foundation, but the like the plastering, the siding of the house, because
Yeah.
the roots kind of destroy and create moisture in the walls. But we're gonna take it away and try to replant it into the
Hopefully.
garden
It-
somewhere
I
on the
don't-
fences.
I don't know if it does really need replanting or just adjusting.
Might be
because
able
it's
to
next to
adjust
the
it.
fence. So
But
we
it's
just
gonna
wanna
keep
grow.
trying to grow on the house. So we can just
Hopefully. We'll
cut
see.
it, I
But we
guess,
do,
as well.
We do want to plant a lot of flowers, a lot of to make it more enclosed, and yeah, finish up some things we haven't finished.
Dig out the lake, hopefully, but that might not be
No.
this year. We want to dig out the lake to the original size, clear out the trees in the back there more. And also, I want to make a bridge across and a
Yeah.
little dock for the lake.
We do want to get ducks now that you said duck.
Ducks, duck house, or ducks
duck
live with
house.
probably duck house. They need to be
themselves on
separate,
the-
yeah.
And then we also have a rotten tree that we want to build into a tree house. That's a plan. Then we want to
Got the
build a
giant tree.
sauna. Like I'm saying, like long-term plans,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
like now. Want to build
Yeah,
a
it
sauna
was not for
there.
this year. It's overall plans.
It's overall
so.
plans. And then we also want to build like kind of like a little glass breakfast housey or like a
But
little
that might be
dream
out
house.
here. That might not be there.
No, or like just like those cute dream house cupolas that you
Yeah.
know that have a bench.
Lots of
beauty
plans.
things.
Yeah, I want to do.
If you have some ideas, let us know. Like maybe if someone is a plant expert, let us know what plants can grow
In
here
shade.
that are like evergreens that stay green. So
Evergreens or also plants that like shade because it's quite
yeah, and the
dark
vine
there.
trees, like the vine things that if they, I don't want them to look like grapes and then you know they look yucky. I want them to stay green, and we're in north, so
Oh,
let us know.
evergreens. This one in theory, the
It
one
did
that
stay,
it
no?
did, it does have still leaves. I don't know if it's just holding them on. I don't know if it loses them at all. Actually,
Okay. So let us know. Next question. Will this be a forever home, or you have plans on moving one day?
yes.
What?
For now, it
No,
is.
it's gonna stay our
It is
forever.
our forever home for now, as the budget doesn't let us to move away, and definitely not
Not
the
really.
power to start another one.
No, we're not.
But if there's plentiful cash, there is like one like castle that I'm after. It's an old castle. It costs quite a bit, but for American viewers, it's maybe not that much. 1.3 million euros. And it's a massive castle. I think it's like 2,000 square meters. An actual
It's a
castle with I think 19 buildings surrounding it. 2 rivers flowing through it. Ancient
Basements,
caves,
yeah.
basements. All the houses that you need around it are all like proper houses like this that are for the workers. All good condition. And it's 1.3 million with a whole giant forest, lands, all like
insanely
amount of land is insane and nothing
Wow.
around you. It's all you, and it's next to a river, a big river, and you have your own small rivers flowing into the river. You have little waterfalls, you have bridges.
Well, that's a dream.
That's a dream. And if you would see the pictures, it's beyond amazing.
But for now, this is gonna be a forever home. As David said, we don't really
Yeah.
feel like doing all of that again. Like I was thinking yesterday, like
We're not
how
even
much
finished.
power did we have at the start? Like how much did we push in? And like how many things did we do
Quickly as well.
quick and fast? Not properly,
Yeah.
but livably. But yeah, we're not planning on moving away
No.
for now. As the world is turning, I think we're in a safe
If I'm
place.
upgrading, I'm upgrading to that, and also with the extra budget of being able to renovate
course.
it, because that would be amazing for our animals. There's so much space, there's so much to do, so much land.
I would
dream.
put poo-poos in the house because you know you have so much space. Like it would be fun poo-poos in the
Yeah,
castle.
no, it's like 5-story building with so many
Yeah.
rooms, and I think it's like 800-900 years old.
Yeah.
For that price, try to get anything even near. It's ridiculous.
Okay, that's a dream. We don't know if it's ever gonna come true.
Yeah, no, that's just a dream. It's just
just-
nice to see.
It's nice to dream, but yeah, we're staying here. We're not planning on moving anytime soon. Since you both grew up speaking different languages, do you speak to each other? What language do we speak to each other?
We-
Off camera.
For now, we speak still English,
Yeah.
mostly, but we're trying to involve Latvian in it.
I am trying.
Yeah, in Greece, for example, we were living in Greece. We were doing
Yeah.
Greek as involvement.
Yeah.
I was learning Greek. I could keep going with Greek. I just need to find the time and also the self kind of willing to learn it.
For me, it's easier now because I'm in Latvia and all
you
around
hear
me,
it
I
everywhere. She talks it to my
Neighbors.
aunt, for example. She talks nonstop. The
I
neighbors, further neighbors upstairs as well, they also talk with her Latvian. So yeah, they're all surprised like how quickly she's learning. Like in 1 year, she has gone from barely just knowing basic words to nearly saying like full sentences and understand nearly everything.
Yeah.
So I think in another year she's gonna speak fluent Latvian, so she's gonna be fluent in 4 languages.
Yeah. And because I speak already, like my first language is Greek, second language is German.
Second first language,
because I grew up German, Greek. I was and then English, and now introducing Latvian. I was growing up as a multi-bilingual, I think it's called, like speaking many languages. And I do want to pass that over to our kids in the future. I don't want to necessarily speak with them English.
Yeah.
I do want to speak with them Greek and Latvian as those are our first languages.
Yeah.
So they do learn another language instead of just English.
Yeah.
And
for sure. And then German and English as a lesson language, kind of learn language.
Maybe I can introduce a German in a young age because the younger they are, the easier it is for them also to learn.
With English as well. Introduce both languages early.
We'll see how it goes.
Overload their mind fast. Gonna teach them to weld, teach them to do tractors, everything in one go.
Yeah, for me, learning so many languages, like 2 languages at once, was not a problem. For me, it was fun, and it didn't bother my development on school or anything, really.
I think it actually helps. Languages do help. But
it's easy for me to, Latvian is also easy because it has a bit of German in it, so it's easy for me to click.
Yeah. It is completely different language than anything, but she's really getting a hang of it, and she's understanding it. And even starting to get the changes in gender of words and all that ends and
I'm trying hands and everything hand language together with Latvian. It works.
Yeah.
Okay. So next question: do you speak English to your animals? Yes, with the ones we have bought together, we speak English, which is all the farm animals, except of Ivi.
Ivi's
Ivi,
Greek.
our cat, she's Greek, so we speak in Greek with her, so David speaks Greek to Ivi.
Yeah, she's my daily Greek, and Keita, she's
dog.
Latvian, and her commands are all in Latvian. She understands them. She was trained before we got her.
More or less.
Someone had trained her, more or less, some basic commands. So she listens to Latvian really well.
If you speak anything else to her, she's like... What?
She's confused, because she knows the commands. We have even teach her more directly the commands. And also our field cat, our barn cat.
English.
I think English, Latvian. It doesn't matter. He cuddles you, no matter. You don't need to speak, and he kind of wants food no matter what.
Yeah.
So our big animals, we talk to them in English, and if you really scream at them, you can scream any words you really want. But they listen to English and they understand, let's go. They all follow. They want to go somewhere.
The word they know now the most are goes like, who did this? When they mess up, then they all look. So they do know English more. And Pilpers, they know good night, good morning.
Oh, Pilpers really know good night. I scream good night from the door and they're on the field. They're coming down screaming because they know it's good night. They're scared they're going to be locked out or something.
So we kind of have trained our animals to learn commands. So
yeah, commands are really useful. Just repeating same words.
Okay, next question. Are there any siblings? So I have answered that question that I have a half a brother from my father's side. Well, for David now, it's going to be a long story. It's very complicated. I don't know how you're going to answer that fast enough.
From my father's side, I have... I guess I should start with the oldest brother. I have an older brother, so one only older sibling, which is from my mother's side a brother, so stepbrother from there. Then I have my sister, which is under me, so that's my only direct sibling. That's my same mother and same father, is my sister. And then my father has a little brother and a little sister. And then my mother again has a little brother. I mean little, they used to be little, but now my little brother I think is in 2nd grade. And the other one's living in UK. Those are also 2nd grade or 3rd grade. No, 2nd grade, and one other one's 1st grade.
Yeah, well, so they're younger than you.
I raised them. I remember in UK when I was living in UK and studying there, I pretty much raised those two. So I don't think they remember me anymore because I left them when they were like 4 or 3 and 4, I think. So don't think they remember me. They're in 1st grade, 2nd grade, so they're much older.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I have few, but in contact really I'm not keeping with any. No one is really talking to me. My older brother, he's not even on social media. He doesn't even talk, no phone, nothing. My sister, she just chooses not to talk anymore. And the young ones, they kind of can't talk.
Oh, no.
And with my parents, I don't have any contact either. They don't want to be part of my life, and they're not really kind when they do talk to me. So.
But yeah, David has 0 connection with his parents. Only connection he has from his family side is his aunt
Yeah, which
and
we
uncle.
rebuilt from broken foundations of
Your mom's.
pretty much really destroyed foundation of my mother.
Misleading conversations.
Very like destroyed relationships. So we rebuilt it because she's a really good person and she's been through a lot.
Yeah.
And we want to help her. Her house is pretty much a giant mess and it burnt down. So you can expect that if your house burns, then your life whole thing turns upside down. So we definitely want to help them out. That's why you see us going there often and getting wood. That was kind of another thing. We would be buying wood otherwise, but they have so much that we can go there and harvest it for next year. And we have something, you know, that we are getting from them, and we're helping them with wood as well. We're not just getting wood for ourselves, we're also doing their wood. So, because they are getting older and they can't do everything, so we're going to help them with renovations. If you guys want to see that, there's going to be some videos. We're going to renovate their place.
Once we have some more time.
Yeah, because they need to retire and all they're focusing is on working outside the animals, farm and everything. We want to help them with the renovations because it's really hard for them to even get started.
Do you miss traveling?
Yes, of course we miss traveling, but also I don't miss the parts of traveling, the stress and the mess that it is involved with traveling. And then when we do travel even the slightest bit, we remember why we kind of stopped traveling, or not stopped, but like I see the bad things of traveling as well, and kind of home sweet home.
For me, yes, for me, I was like very sad like a year ago that we cannot travel anymore because, you know, it's hard with animals. And it was also, what helped us also not be so sad about it at start was with COVID, because it was very hard to travel then.
Yeah.
And then I was very sad that I could not travel, not go anywhere. I was seeing people traveling, I was seeing videos of people like in all kinds of different countries having fun and this and that. And then I realized like, I do like my life, I do like my simple life here, so where will I go? I can see it in photos, like just go there, have the stress of visiting the place and then just come back with photos and brag about it, or like, I don't know, like I like my place. For me, this place is like paradise. We have everything we need.
And we've been through most European capitals and small cities and villages and mountains and beaches. We've been through everything in Europe, right? We haven't traveled much outside. Despina's been to America and I haven't really left Europe at all. But there's not much that's really going to impress me. There's so much things I would see. That's not the point. The point is that I don't want to go to the touristic places like cities and stuff. I see people traveling to London and I'm like, I've been to London and for me it just feels like a really chaotic place, and every capital really is, but London especially. So I don't understand, why would you like to go to more stress?
Yes.
So I don't know, just to take some photos.
Or like going to seeing people going Disneyland or Universal and those big parks, like then like seeing the stress and how many people is there just makes me anxious just watching the video. So like, okay, I can see the photos, I don't really need to be there. I like my
I think I've switched from going to parks and like all these attractions rather to going to, I rather prefer going to a spa and a sauna and things like, I don't know, this is like more relaxing, and after all that stress that we are going through with renovations and all that, it's just better to relax. We don't need extra stress.
If we do a trip, I would like to do 1 week in Sweden or Norway around winter time where it's snow, you don't do anything outside, you just see the polar lights, you go in the bubble bath, you go to spa and just stay there for a week. I think that would be the dream holiday for now. That's
nice. I mean, we're gonna do that maybe one day. It's just, it's harder with the animals.
Yeah, it gets to one of the bit after questions, but first is, why did you decide to quit van life?
Well, we didn't really decide to quit. It was more like we arrived here and then we moved into this room from the van, so that's when the van life ended.
And also because of COVID, it was hard to travel around. Now the fuel prices are expensive, so it's kind of like step by step it quit itself. But we're not fully done quitting. We do want to restore the van.
No, we're gonna restore it,
go travel a bit around again.
We're gonna use it a bit. And when we don't use it as a van for a van life thing, we hopefully want to make it modular, where we can just make it into a transporting van. For basic supplies, not like overabuse it as well, because it is a really good condition van. But if it sits like that, it's just gonna rot away, and then we're not gonna have any vans, so it wouldn't be nice. So either we, restore it and sell it, which is gonna make someone else happy, or we keeping it and actually using it. But now, as the way it sits, it's just sad.
How has being committed to all of those animals has changed your life?
Well, you can't get anywhere more than 24 hours because you need to be back to feed them. We do need a farmhand. We will start looking for one.
I don't know where to look for one.
There is some websites, I guess we could look for one. But we need someone that is kind of like 24/7 wants to be here, like live in a tiny house on the land, and take care of the animals while we're gone. Not someone that comes over just for the week, and that's not the one. We want them to be engaged with the animals, and the animals know them, and so on and so forth.
And it's like a babysitter for your kids. You do want to find the best person.
Yeah.
It might sound silly, but for us, our animals are currently our kids and our life. If something happens to them, we're very sad, and we would, of course, look for the best person to take care of them. And we just want to make sure that we trust that person even when we're gone, or even trust that person that once we go for holidays, that they're just not gonna be like, okay, that's too much for me, I leave, and then we're like somewhere far away gone, and the animals are alone. We cannot give that pressure to our neighbors to take care of them or anything, so we 100% need to be sure that we have the correct person.
No, that's why we need a farm hand specifically that is meant to work on the farm animals, and that's pretty much all their
We don't need the help in theory.
It's just to kind of relax in a tiny house, live a relaxing life where kind of your internet and electricity is paid for, and
it's
just
not that
take
much
care of the animals. Yeah.
It's not that much work to do. Like it literally takes us less than an hour a day to take care of everything, so it's not like the most work. So
it's very easy.
I don't know if anyone knows anyone that they can trust that can let us know about it. The short answer is that we cannot go any more than 24 hours, and especially when we're milking, we cannot go away for more than how many hours?
12 hours.
12 hours. So, but it doesn't also bother us, as we said in the answer before. It is not the biggest problem. Sometimes we do want to get away just to relax a bit and not have the stress, but then we also have Ivi and Keita that we 100% need someone to trust, because those are like our biggest babies. So someone asked, how is our internet service here?
Right now it's 2 o'clock in midday, and let's see our internet speed.
Gonna give you a live update, like live.
Yeah, clearly no one's using internet right now. The tower is not very compromised. That is our internet speed.
Can you even see it?
So that's our internet speed, reflections, focus.
Okay, we can write in the screen.
I think I'm just gonna put the screenshot in. Anyways, I have 20 megabytes upload and 14 download. If you do a speed test on your app, you can know yours.
Yeah, you can.
But in the evenings, as soon as everyone's online and starts watching news, biggest problem is that our TV service in Latvia has switched from antennas fully to being on internet. So you go on your phone or your TV, everything has to have internet, and you can watch your news and TV. Internet in Latvia is amazing, so in that case it's really good. The coverage is pretty much everywhere. In the middle of the forest you're gonna have 4G. But in places like this where there's many farmhouses, the biggest problem is that all these houses switch on TV at 7 to watch news. And
the biggest problem is that the tower is directly next to an old people's house, a pension house.
Yeah.
So imagine all the grandmas and grandpas that have nothing to do all day. They just go online and watch the news, all of them at once.
Yeah, everyone has their TV. Yeah, and that really puts a stress on the whole tower. So our tower pretty much not able to keep up. Our aunt's place, for example, we get like nearly 100 megabytes a second,
which is
on
still
4G, like really fast internet for being wireless without cables in a farmhouse.
A farmhouse.
So I couldn't complain. I think in Greece, in middle of Athens, with a cable, we're getting less speed than this.
Yeah.
So of course you get some locations a bit different speed, depending on your cable. But in Latvia, for example, now in city, like even where we got our apartment, in that little village, you can get 10 gigabyte connections. Yeah. So the internet is really fast, and that's like 10 euros a month, like really cheap.
Yeah, we don't pay insane amounts. I don't know, like probably US, I think it has like very expensive for
internet.
Not much internet. So yeah, internet is very good. Just depends for us at the time.
Yeah.
But overall, we can just like watch videos, that's why we also have a big TV in the living room, just because we can enjoy it.
Yeah, we can watch Netflix, Amazon. We're just watching TV shows and movies when we have the time. So yeah, when we want, it's nice quality. Yeah.
In winter we have a lot of time. In summer we pretty much not use the TV at all.
No, we watch one YouTube video and then that's it. Yeah. Back outside.
You're so knowledgeable in cooking and preserving. Where did you learn it? Just over the time.
Learned by doing.
Learned by doing, like most of the things we do here. I do get some information from my mom and grandma, or from the neighbors and David's aunt, about preserving foods and recipes for preserving and counting, like pickles. I got the recipe from the neighbors. But yeah, and also YouTube videos. But mostly like by mistakes, if I mess something up, or like learning as I do kind of enjoy it. I'm not like loving it, but I do enjoy cooking and doing all of the jams and preserving foods. So yeah, I just learn as I go.
I really like spices, and I don't know, I just love spicing things, and somehow I have the taste where I can spice things really well, and I really enjoy making foods very tasteful, and I'm starting to get, you know, more diverse as well as I go. But yeah, as a kid actually I wanted to be a chef, but never succeeded on that. And yeah.
Did you all have skills in building and farming before you bought your place? For me, answering, I had zero clue about farming or building, for sure not.
Yeah.
Like, I knew cement and what cement does, but I don't really knew that you have to mix cement with sand to, like, I'm not really that I follow those things.
Now you're
because
an expert.
I'm not needing, yes, now I'm not an expert. But because I didn't really need them, I was not into that. I was more into arts and crafts, photography, filmmaking, more into that. So nothing to do with building, nothing to do with farming. As you know, I do love animals, so, but my love for animals doesn't mean that I know how to milk them or that I know things about this part. So yeah, I had no idea. And again, I learned as we go and from our mistakes, and yeah, just learning.
I grew up on a farm, so I was already doing farming, and weeding, collecting fruits, doing pickled canning, jams, all that was part of it. As a kid, of course, you're not like, you're learning it like, oh, I'm guaranteed to remember this. No, but you're part of the process and you kind of remember small things and details. And had chickens to smush around the yard, and even had pigs, cows. Building was kind of my secret getaway from daily life in the farm. I was not allowed to do anything like building or touching any materials in the garage, but we had so much stuff, junk everywhere, things to do, and I loved building things. I built like the floaty one for the lake. I built like 10 tree houses. I built even a little village. I wanted to replicate because I was studying in medieval times, or not even medieval times, like caveman style. I wanted to build little huts and houses, so I was like really creative in those sense, but I was not allowed. And as soon as it was found out, they take it and burn it for firewood. So yeah, there was creative limitations, but I was really into it. So when I got this place, it was like kind of, I can finally do it and no one's gonna take it away and destroy it. So
yeah. And I forgot to say, I also did jumps with my grandma, so only that part about farming, but really farming and building, I had no really clue about it. Okay, where did David learn so much about mechanics?
I studied engineering in the college. I skipped through and studied really quick. It was 2 years for the level that I was studying, level 3, and I skipped through it and studied in 1 year because I wanted to finish and go study something else. I actually finished it, got my diploma, and then went to study creative media because engineering, I learned everything that kind of need to know, and then you just need to get higher level. And it felt boring for me, so I wanted to study something more interesting. So creative media was, TV, radio, and things like that, and print. So I went to study that, but didn't last long as I was forced to go to work by my father to pay rent. So I had to quit midterm, and pretty much then I just switched to work, and then switched to leaving my house and moving to Greece, and so on, so on. The story just goes on. But no, yeah, studied engineering, that's why I know all those things. If I had the same tools as I had for engineering, that would be amazing. But, I'm working with what I have and slowly upgrading. So I'm happy with every little welding upgrade, from using neighbor's welder to our small welder, now to automatic welder, mid, kind of, not really with gas. And then maybe one day I'm gonna have a full welding station, which I'm gonna be very happy about because I love welding. I don't know, favorite part.
And you also learned a lot, of course, a lot of projects. When you want to do projects, you learn from YouTube and
YouTube. I think I've learned more from YouTube probably than from my engineering class, because engineering, is you learn those things, but you don't learn them actually like in a practical way. So yeah, next. Yeah.
Do you plan to look back and complete a recipe book after you have filmed enough to make one? And there's also a title for it, The 4 Seasons of Do and Be Different Collection of Recipes. That is actually a very cool idea. Currently, we don't really have the time to put effort in some other projects. Yeah. Maybe next winter, once, winter, because winter is our months where we're not able to do so much because of the light, and that's more of the creative months.
Maybe, yeah.
So maybe it's, if you really want to have a recipe book, let us know. We could scavenge around like recipes we have filmed, and let us know if you want to see more cooking videos in summer, because that's more like the month where we can do more cooking videos with our vegetables from the garden.
Maybe this summer we can make the outdoor kitchen, but
we'll see. It's a lot of plans, but yeah, it's a cool idea, and I like the title, so yeah, it could definitely be a future project.
Might work.
Yeah, we could do like video together with book, and we'll see. It's a cool idea. How much time does it usually take to edit each video? So that all depends on the video, and usually it's me editing. I think.
I was editing only the first year.
The first.
And then I cut my finger and Despina switched.
I don't know. We kind of switched because I wanted to do the music on one video because I didn't like the music you did, and then it kind of went over and over, and I got very fast at it. Way faster.
She literally has a natural talent for editing, and the music choice she does is amazing. For example, when I choose music, is not the best, and people usually complain.
Yeah,
like with the excavator video, I chose music, and it was more complaints about the music being annoying than when Despina edits. She really knows the music. She knows how to edit. She's very fast at it. Takes me double the time to edit. I started with it because I knew how to edit really well, but then she learned it really quick. She picked on it really quick. She's a quick learner.
There's some things that you still do faster than I do.
Yeah, sometimes. I do welding fast.
No, I'm saying at the editing part. But yeah, overall, like, to answer that is that it can take from 1 hour up to 3 and 4, depending on the video. Yeah. But usually it's like roughly 2.5 hours. For this video, it's gonna take longer probably because I have to listen through all of it and cut some gaps, and you know, it's just the length of the video. Then another half an hour to put the music. But yeah, I think after listening to some other people's editing not skills, but times, I think I'm pretty fast at it. Like editing in 3 hours with music and everything. And okay, I'm not doing extreme edits.
Yeah.
I don't know if you wanna see extreme edits and zooms and this and that.
But no, I think it just takes extra time, and we already don't have a time. We are going from
distracting.
We go inside from finishing the day with work, and then straight away to editing. And by the time the editing and uploading and thumbnail and all of that is done, is already like 10, 11 o'clock or even 12. And yeah, then we have no free time really, so.
But yeah, I don't know if you want to see more crazy edits. I don't really know how to do those. I'm not an expert in those edits. But I think our videos are okay the way they are. They don't need like crazy zooms in.
I think it's
things
pretty
like
good.
That. I think they're calm and on the point. And the music kind of defeats that part. Like it gives a bit of a something.
Oh yeah, it brings it alive for sure.
Don't need extra edits, I think. And last question is, how is your merchandise business going?
It's going good. At the start it was quite of a bumps. It was quite long before we even got our supplier going. We had the big problem with the supply chain. Yeah. They kept sending us the wrong orders, which really puts you back. So sending the wrong sizes, wrong colors. Or if we ask for a male version, like the unisex version of a t-shirt, they send us a female one, which is awful. Yeah. Or send us the wrong female one. There's many, you know, cutaways. And then send us the wrong color, wrong sizes, or even forget a full t-shirt. And you know, you're paying for this.
You pay the shipping, and you
pay everything.
And then they tell you to ship the t-shirt back, and then that's like more work, more money for us to waste.
So we have to say, okay, leave the t-shirt, we're gonna pay for that t-shirt, even though it's useless to us.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna ship out the new one, which we buy again with the new shipping. So that was a huge mess. And then the second thing was their delivery times were ridiculously long. Yeah. So sometimes it takes a month for them to deliver it. And so even longer.
It puts us in a bad spot because we are doing it ourselves. I don't know if everyone knows that, but we are doing it ourselves, so.
We're doing the whole process ourselves, except we don't buy the t-shirt in bulk because that would be quite an expense and unnecessary because we can buy them as we need them. And now we finally found the direct supplier to the merchandise, and he ships them straight from France, I think, to here to Riga, and then straight away to us. And it's a 1 to 2 days delivery if it's a work day. So now we can pretty much do it in a week and have it shipped out. Yeah. All printed and shipped out. And so now we finally have changed, and we have a contract with these guys, so we are finally set that we can finally ship them. The prices have gone quite a lot, so our profits are really low during these days because of the price increase, like huge price increase on the deliveries to America. So we might need to either add shipping or just increase the price of the product. But no, merchandise finally stable, and if you buy something now, it's gonna be shipped in a week and should arrive at your place. And if it fails to arrive, then we're gonna deal with that. There's like insurance claims and we can deal with. But in most cases, as far as I've seen, most of them arrived safely.
Yeah, and we had some that didn't.
Yeah, there were some problems, but we tried to solve everything. It is not easy to keep up with all the things we have to do and edit the videos and do everything, and then on top of that to do all the merchandise. We're taking on quite a lot. But we have managed it so far, so.
Yeah, that's why we also didn't like really say it in all the videos, because we were feeling bad because so many people haven't had like received their products.
Way too slow. Bad. So we have not been promoting it for that reason, or adding new products. We were thinking about adding mugs and other things, but we haven't think about it. We haven't done it yet because we're not sure if it's the best or if we can handle it or so on and so forth. But yeah, we'll see. If it's, you know, we're still getting orders, maybe we're gonna start working on it more. But for now, it's going good, but was big problems at the start.
Yeah. So we have t-shirts and hoodies. We're gonna link them down below. They're always linked down below in every video. But yeah, currently we're not wearing either of us one.
No. I'm wearing a t-shirt.
Are you?
I am wearing a t-shirt because they're really comfy. They're very
they're very
soft.
nice quality.
They're very good. The hoodies are amazing as well. I have worn mine out already, but
yeah, that's pretty much it with this video. We said David said actually that we're gonna keep it short. We're gonna answer the questions very fast, very quick. He was very sure about it. That we're gonna just do it fast, answer them fast.
I'm talking way too much, and I'm sorry if my talking is way too boring. But this is a talking video, so any question you don't want, you just skip it. But I mean, this is the end. If you have gotten this far, you probably have watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and my throat is hurting, so I'll probably need a tea. Too much talking, yeah. So hope you enjoyed. We're gonna see you next time.
Yeah, we do have to go feed Goaty Girlies, check on our chickens, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Film another video.
Film another video. See you.
And edit
maybe
2 videos.
Tomorrow.
You have to edit 2 videos.
I know, but it's okay. We're gonna get.
Bye bye.
We enjoy it.
Ah.
Oh, stretch our legs. Oh.